you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. We're going to be talking about the latest drama going on with this reality TV themed cruises. If you guys are not keeping up with what's happening, I'll give a quick backstory. So, post game cruise, this is sixth edition, is put on by an agency called Showroom Travel. It started a couple years ago to where this man, Mike Gibson, and his wife, Taylor Gibson, they had this travel agency where they would actually book vacations for customers to go to like Disney and stuff like that. Like anywhere you wanted to book a trip, you could potentially end up with their agency and they will book the trip for you, right? Well, Mike got this idea to start booking cruises for reality stars and then getting their fans to book cruises as well, right? Seems like a cool idea. And it was because it actually went off pretty well. So there's been a The Challenge, which is a reality TV show. They've done a cruise. I think 90 Day Fiance has done a cruise. This was going to be the first Teen Mom reality TV show cruise. And the people that were supposed to go on the cruise was Jade and her husband, Sean, Janelle, Ashley, Leah, and Brianna DeJesus. Caitlin and Tyler were never set to go on this cruise. They were invited to go on the cruise, but they declined. They said that the contract was trash, was garbage, and it didn't make sense for them. Now, these reality TV themed cruises were not put on by MTV. However, MTV executives behind the scenes, they were working with Mike Gibson to get him in contact with the stars. So, like Caitlin and Tyler said, they their executive reached out to them and was like, "Hey, there's going to be this Teen Mom themed cruise that's happening 2026. You guys should go on it. Be some of the celebrities that's going to go on it, right?" They had the contract sent over. They looked at it. They had their attorney look at it. And they said, "No, this is not. We don't want to do this. There's nothing in it for us, right? It doesn't make sense for us." The contracts were horrible. Me and Caitlin was on a live with Ray Clark from Reality with Ray, and Caitlin sent the contract to Ray, and Ray read it, and it wasn't that good of a contract. Now, once the Teen Mom cruise was announced, this went up. This picture right here went up. Caitlin and Tyler like went to the executive and was like, "We're not going, but they're posting our picture on the flyer like we're going. They're promoting us as being a part of the cruise. Can you guys please have us, removed off of the flyer?" The executive allegedly went to Mike Gibson, told Mike Gibson, "Hey, Caitlin and Tyler's not going to go," but they never updated the flyer. So customers or Teen Mom fans potentially thought, "Oh, like Caitlin and Tyler will be there." I mean, some fans maybe even book, but to see Caitlin and Tyler. I don't know. It was unless you pay attention, like close attention to Caitlin and Tyler, you wouldn't have known that they weren't going to go. They made a post about it, and Tyler did a live about it on Instagram and was like, "We're not going, you guys. I don't know why they're not removing our picture." So they had nothing to do with their names and their pictures being put on the ad. So not only was okay, so there was a Teen Mom cruise that was set to set sail April 2026. There was also The Challenge, the reality TV show, The Challenge with Johnny Bananas. Let's see who I was supposed to go on that one. Okay, so here's the flyer for The Challenge right here. You got Johnny Bananas, Tori Deal, Kara, Devin, Casey, Nanny, Josh Martinez, and I don't know like three of them, maybe. Yeah. So basically, what happens is you book this cruise. It's for the Teen Mom one was going to be from the 9th to the 13th, and you get 3 hours per day. You get 3 hours per day with the celebrities, meet and greet, pictures, autographs, and then on like the last day, they have like they do a podcast and a Q&A where you're like in the audience as they're up on stage doing this podcast, and then you get to ask questions, right? And that's for 5 hours. So you get to interact with the cast. Well, the previous cruises went okay the way it appeared. Now, in reality, Mike Gibson, the owner of this, when they did the one for the challenge last year, he lost a lot of his agents that worked at the travel agency because inappropriate behavior, sexual misconduct, him hitting on them, him sexually harassing them. Also, let me just say allegedly. This is the claims that are being made against Mike Gibson, right? So please do your own research to come to your own conclusion, but this is what's being put out there. This is what I am hearing is that he had um, he had more agents working for him until the first challenge cruise took place, and a lot of people left because he was inappropriate with him. And this is him. This is Mike Gibson and his wife. That's his wife, Taylor. Okay, so the challenge theme cruise actually is setting sail today. But basically, what happened is Johnny Bananas kind of exposed that something crazy was going on, that the talent hadn't been paid, their rooms hadn't been booked, their shuttle hadn't been booked, and that some of them wasn't going. That Mike and Taylor just disappeared and kind of ghosted everybody. I'm going to read this article really quickly from the Ashley, and then we'll jump back into what I know. Let's go over this article really quickly. All right, Johnny Bananas reveals how he exposed the challenge and Team Mom Cruises were a scam. Investigation launched into showroom travel agency. Now, keep in mind, Mike Gibson and his wife are like preachers for a Pentecostal church. Specifically, Taylor, his wife. Mike, allegedly, from what I was told, does prison ministry work where he goes to the jails and the prisons and he preaches and he talks to people about God. Okay. All right. So Mike and Taylor are the ones that own this company, putting on the cruises. It says an investigation has been launched into the disastrous series of reality TV themed cruises that were to be hosted by Showroom Travel Agency. That is Mike owned Showroom Travel Agency. I think it's actually in his wife's name. The Sheriff's Office of Cook County, Georgia, released a statement on Tuesday alerting the public that the company may have committed illegal acts. The cruises were officially canceled earlier this week after the owner of Showroom Travel admitted to being out of money after using profits from one cruise to pay for the other. So that is what he said. And the Team Mom cruise was canceled, but the Challenge cruise was not canceled. Essentially, what happened was he did not have the money to pay the talent, the people from the challenge, to even go on the cruise. So he was like, anybody that bought a ticket, you can get a refund. Since you can either choose to go on the cruise, the cruise will happen. You can go and take the chance of there not being any stars from the challenge being on there, or you can get a refund. He said, essentially, I took money from one business, put it towards a future cruise, and didn't have the money to pay the talent to even go on this cruise, right? It says the cancellation came after the challenge stars Johnny Bananas and Mark Long exposed that something fishy was going on within the company. The Cook County Sheriff's Office has made aware of possible criminal activity surrounding the company's showroom travel agency, LLC, the press release states. The Ashley previously told you the cast of the challenge, Teen Mom, Floribama Shore, and other reality TV shows were due to take part in these fan cruises setting sail between November and May 2026. The Cook County Sheriff's Office encourages anyone who paid a deposit for a cruise or who was negatively affected by the situation to call them and speak with an investigative assistant. The Sheriff's Office states that it has been working diligently with the assistant of the contracted employees of Showroom Travel to gather as much information as possible. It was also made clear that the sheriff's office cannot help recover lost funds and is only investigating the possible criminal activity committed by Showroom Travel. The cast of the shows have been actively promoting the cruises up until very recently. On Monday, Challenge stars Johnny Bananas and Mark Long exposed the possible scam happening and announced that they were no longer going to be going on the cruise. In the statement posted to social media, Johnny and Mark stated that the company's owner committed acts that were potentially criminal and fraudulent in nature. So here's their statement. It says, to our fans and everyone who plan to attend the Showroom Travel Cruise, it is with heavy hearts that Mark Long and I announce that we will not be attending this event. Despite our best efforts to fulfill our commitment, the owner of this company have become completely unresponsive and have failed to uphold their obligation. Additionally, it has been discovered that this event was sold under false pretenses and their actions are potentially criminal in nature. To our fans and anyone who purchased tickets based on our announced participation, we sincerely apologize. We're making this statement now so you have time to adjust or cancel your plans accordingly. For full transparency, no payment or compensation of any kind was ever rendered to us for this event. We do not take lightly when our names or likenesses are used for fraudulent activity, and as such, we will be pursuing all available legal action to hold those responsible for this misrepresentation accountable. Johnny Bananas, Mark Long. Now, all of the other stars made posts as well. Teen Mom people, Florida Shore followed soon after with their own statements announcing they too were bailing on the cruise because it was shady. After the reality stars publicly announced him a fraud, Mike Gibson, the owner of Showroom Travel Agency, issued his own statement promising that all cruisers will be given refunds and apologizing for what happened. In a new interview with Star, Johnny revealed that he realized that something was amiss with the cruise company when he and Mark approached the owner Mike about some concerning information they heard from a reality star who had done a previous cruise with Showroom Travel and claimed that they had to threaten Mike to get payment from him. Johnny told the magazine that he was assured by Mike that all was well, but soon found out that the cast members' hotels had not been booked and had not been paid for, despite his contract stipulating that he gets his money before even leaving for the cruise. Johnny claimed that when he confronted Mike about getting paid, he was given the runaround and told Mike he and had been told that Mike and his wife had been in a car accident. As somebody who's been around the block and knows an effing scam when I see one, if I'm owed a large sum of money and somebody that was supposed to pay me can't because they've been in an accident, red flag, Johnny said. Johnny stated that he then went to his challenge co stars who were scheduled to go on the cruise with him and told them what he knew. I feel like he probably spent our money, can't pay us, and is just trying to avoid us or buy time, Johnny said, adding that the challenge cast started looking into the company's history and were disturbed by what they found. There was just insurmountable evidence that this guy was very shady, to say the least. Not paying employees, not paying some past cast members, and being completely unresponsive to us this past week. Johnny claimed that he is assisting the Cook County Sheriff's Office in its investigation, but feels personally responsible for what the challenge fans who booked the cruise are going through. I want no part in this operation, Johnny said. This is rotten to the core. Teen Mom star Jay Klein recently aired her frustrations with the company as well, responding to comments left on an Instagram post that she made earlier this week, informing her fans that the Teen Mom cruise had been canceled. This is horrible and completely ridiculous. We all only agreed to do this because of the successful cruises in the past. We are all doing more digging, and it is so predatory to use people and their likeness to commit any type of fraud. As a press time, Showroom Travel Agency website is no longer active. The Ashley will keep you updated. So basically, from what I have been told, is that on this is his statement, Mike Gibson's statement. Sadly, I bit off more than I can chew. I've used revenue from one cruise and lapsed it into paying deposits for the other post game cruises, an action a lot of businesses do. With mass cancellations and failure to hit sales goals on future cruises, the funds have not been made to pay for all talent to participate in this cruise. This is this is sole responsibility of me, the owner of Showroom Travel, Mike Gibson. Deposits made through Showroom Travel, which is all access funds added to the wholesale cost of the group, are held in a reserve account through our credit card processor. We advise that you dispute all transactions made through Showroom Travel LLC. Your disputes will be approved immediately as they are received, and Stripe will reissue payment back to your original payment method within 5 to 7 days. This was not my intention for any of these cruises. Your agents are very limited on information and knew no different. They're amazing people simply trying to help people. I understand this carries no weight to any of you, but I truly do apologize. And then below that, it says you'll get your money in 5 to 7 business days. There's going to be refunds. Now, this was a message sent to Mike. Hey, Mike, are you going to apologize for canceling the hotels people paid the VIP for so that you could use that money to bail yourself out of jail this weekend, scumbag? What would Jesus do? Thou shalt not scam innocent people. That's in the commandments, you fake a Jesus preacher. Satan is going to have fun raw dogging your blank in hell, buddy. Okay, so this is because, like I said, Mike Gibson and his wife attend a Pentecostal church. I have found several videos of his wife Taylor preaching. I was also informed that Mike preaches on occasion and that Mike does a prison ministry where he goes to jails and prisons in their area and he preaches. Um, they were arrested on, from what I was told, October 29th, Mike and Taylor, and charged with child abuse. The children have been removed from their care. The children are allegedly in foster care. They spent from Wednesday the 29th until Sunday, November 2nd in jail before they were bonded out. Once they bonded out, Mike then allegedly used some of this money to pay for attorneys. So this is the message allegedly from Kara, from my understanding, to Mike. And then Robin Lamb put, do not book this cruise. I am going on the Postmate Cruise third edition with MTV's The Challenge, leaving in 2 days. And the owner of Showroom Travel has ghosted everyone, including his staff. The talent has not been paid or even fully booked a room on the cruise ship. Our hotel rooms got canceled because he never paid the hotel or for the shuttle. He never gave us a solid schedule, but he offered up plenty of extra things that the talent didn't have any clue about, i.e., a VIP package with extra celeb time. Cancel, 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 cancel. Now, here is a screenshot from the agents and Mike, his wife, and all the travel agents. This is their group chat. It's titled Showroom 2.0. And on Friday, October 31st, somebody came in and said, I wanted to give a little update to everyone. Mike and Taylor were in a really bad car accident. They are healing, but will need time to recover and get with everyone. If anyone is in need of anything, please reach out to me privately. My cell is blank. And then someone said, oh no, sending so much love and prayers. Someone said, hopefully they are doing fine. Oh no, I hope everyone is okay. They are both okay. Just keep both of them in your prayers. So this is people that preach at a Pentecostal church that own this business that got arrested for child abuse. The kids removed from them. Now, these children are allegedly just Taylor's kids. They're not Mike's biological children. They are his stepchildren. They've been removed from their care. They allegedly use this money to pay for the shuttle and the hotel rooms and to pay the talent. They take that money and they allegedly use it to get them out of jail and to pay for their attorneys. And because they were missing for days and nobody could get in touch with them, they send word that they've been in a really bad car accident and they're in the hospital. That's why you guys can't get in touch with us. We got a really bad wreck. They're in the hospital. Sorry, talk to someone else. Now, all of the agents really believe this, okay? All of the agents, actually, this is Mike and his wife. From what I was told by someone, the agents knew none of the scams that was going on. Mike's mom is an agent. She knew nothing about this. Um, like none of his family, nobody besides Mike. They even said they didn't think Taylor would really know what was going on. That she might, as far as like the scam within the business. Now, clearly she knew what was going on in regards to the child abuse that was happening or allegedly happening. But I was told by the source that they don't think she was really aware of the scams. This is Taylor and Mike at church, her preaching. This is when she had blonde hair. This is one of the agents that said, I did work for Showroom Travel and subsequently resigned my duties after the first Big Brother cruise in June, and subsequently left due to all the craziness associated with that cruise, as well as the SH of female staff. Simply, he is a big fat liar. Oh, and they were both arrested for 3 counts of cruelty to children. Felonies for Mike on 10/29. Taylor, same thing. 10/29, 10/30. And this is the press release that Cook County Sheriff's Office put out. We've already read over it. And basically, they gave a number that if you have any information, you can contact them, but they are not working to help people get their money back. They are working the criminal aspect of this situation. And then Johnny Bananas, this was his post earlier today. The calm before 6 p.m. Eastern bombshell. All aboard the truth. Scam room travel. Now, also a friend of mine, Brendan, reality TV on Instagram, had booked to go on this, and this was his messages. After he booked, or when he was considering booking, hey, my name is Kirsten with Post Game Cruise. Thank you so much for putting in an inquiry form. It's been so fun getting to connect with so many fans. Rooms are packing up super quick, and I would love to help you get cruising. Could I help answer any questions or help get you booked on the amazing journey? Hi, I was wondering how much it is for the deposit and when would I need to do it by? Deposit is due at booking and is $700. Awesome. I get paid on the 15th, so I'll do it either then or before. Sounds good. I'll be here when you're ready. Good morning. I was interested in knowing what type of payment plans there is. And I was needing to change the guest name who's going with me. I was also wondering if we get any credit for while we're on board. I heard some cruise lines do that. Good morning. So all we require is a $700 fee to book the rooms, and then you can make payments on whatever schedule you like as long as it's paid off by the final payoff date in February. There is no onboard credit for this cruise. Yes, that is fine. I can change the second guest name anytime. Okay, awesome. That really helps me with not feeling stressed. How do I pay the deposit? I was wanting to go with the cheapest option, the interior room, I think. Yes. So what I do is I'll send over two forms to the email you provided. You enter in all your information and the guests coming with you, their information. The second form is the card form that pays for the deposit. Yes, the interior rooms are $2,490.50. Awesome. Were you ready to get booked? Does the deposit go towards the total room or is that separate? I'm sorry, I'm new to this. Goes towards the room total. Awesome. You're good. This is what I'm here for. I'm ready to get booked. Sweet. I'll get those two forms over to you now. Oh, sorry. Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. What's your first name? Brendan. Just send it over. Um, duh, 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 duh. Awesome. I will get those filled out. So sorry, my system had your number in with two different names. It's okay. Thank you. Just let me know when they're completely filled out and I'll get booking. So excited to have you guys on board with us. I filled out everything. I'm so excited. I actually need to make sure, which he read these online, but I need to make sure they don't have his additional info. But I know we read these on Ray's video. Give me a second because I do just want to double check that. Okay, it doesn't. We're good. I filled out everything. I'm so excited. Sweet. Just saw them both. I'll get started on everything. Once I'm finished with everything, I'll send over your reservation number. Do I need to get my passport for this? You don't. It's definitely recommended, but all you need is a birth certificate and an ID. Awesome. I'll probably get my passport just in case. Yes, I definitely suggest it. It makes it easier when boarding and debarking too. Deboarding. Congratulations, your reservation number is blah, blah, blah. So I'm checking my account and it only took out 200. Isn't it supposed to be 700? So I was also told that what they do is Royal Caribbean, they pay 200 to them and then Mike was getting the other 500. Yes, the rest is being processed by my manager, which is Mike. Okay. Yeah, we need to process some of it, and then the rest is a royal deposit. Hi, I was reaching out because I saw the cruise is canceled. Yes, Mike took a bunch of money and made up a bunch of lies. We finally got him to admit to things and got him to cancel all future cruises, and everything should be refunded back to you. Please make sure you dispute the money that was pulled out of your bank account with showroom travel. It sucks that happened, but thank you for the update. I agree 100%. We are very much in the dark with all customers. Also, Brendan talked to Mike. He ended up messaging again, and then Mike responded and was like, I'm not the scammer that people think that I am. I swear I'm not. Like, just got in over my head. And my wife has nothing to do with this. And Brendan even asked, I heard you and your wife got arrested. Like, is that true? And he was like, the only thing that my wife has to do with this is the fact that she's my wife. She has nothing to do with this. But the company is actually in his wife's name. So it seems like his wife may have more to do with this than maybe he's letting on. Now she might not know of everything that's happening. She might not know in full detail but her name is on all this stuff. So she's definitely going to end up in some trouble. But Kara from the challenge did end up going on the cruise. She's obviously not getting paid for this, but she did post a video on her IG about this. You guys can go to her Instagram. I do have to hop off. I have a meeting at 4 o'clock. I was hoping that I could play this for you guys, but she basically just says Mike Gibson's going to get what's coming to him. She hopes he rots in hell, and that she still wanted the cruise for the fans that purchased the tickets and couldn't get the reimbursement. So she's going without getting paid for this to be there for the fans. But we'll continue to keep an eye on the situation. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Wild. I am waiting for full confirmation about the arrest, but you can actually call the jail and they'll tell you that he was arrested. So you guys have your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.